You know the old story of Prometheus, right? The titan who stole fire from the gods and gave it to humans. Well, that fire was an incredible gift. It was a tool for creation, but also a force of pure destruction. Today, in software development, we've just been handed our own version of that fire, AI-assisted coding. It is completely changing the game, and today we're going to figure out how to harness that flame without getting ourselves burned. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll get a handle on what this whole vibe coding thing even is. Then we'll dive into the good stuff, the incredible speed and creativity it unlocks. After that, though, we have to face the music and talk about the very real dangers hiding in that AI-generated code. That'll lead us into a practical guide for how to do this safely, and we'll wrap up by looking at what this all means for the future of developers in this new world of human-AI partnership. All right, let's kick things off. Section 1, Coding's New Vibe. Before we can get into the pros and cons, we've got to be on the same page about what this buzzword actually means. And trust me, it's a lot more than just a new tool. It's a whole new way of thinking about how we build software. So this term, vibe coding, it comes from AI researcher Andrej Karpathy. And what he's describing is this new workflow where you're not hunched over a keyboard, typing out every single line and every semicolon. Instead, you're having a conversation. You're guiding a super powerful AI to build something for you. Think of it like this. You're no longer the bricklayer, meticulously placing every single brick. You're the architect, focused on the big picture, the grand design, the vibe of the building, while your AI assistant handles the heavy lifting. And this whole thing isn't happening in a vacuum. Vibe coding is actually part of a much bigger trend that's been going on for a while now, the rise of low-code and no-code platforms. For years, the big goal has been to make building software faster and easier for more people. These platforms are all about democratizing creation, letting people bring their ideas to life without needing a PhD in computer science. Okay, so now we get what it is. Let's get into why everyone's so excited about it. Section 2 is all about the promise of AI speed. This is where we see just how this new approach lets us build things faster and more creatively than we ever thought possible. And this table really lays out the huge shift that's happening. Just look at that row for developer role. It's not about just implementing and debugging anymore. Now it's about being a prompter, a guide, a tester, a refiner. You're not just writing the script anymore, you're directing the actor. And that actor happens to be an AI that works at lightning speed. And when you're the director, you get some incredible perks. Just imagine being able to spin up a working prototype for a brand new app in a single afternoon, instead of taking a whole week. All that boring, repetitive, soul-crushing boilerplate code that we all hate writing, poof, gone, automated. And this doesn't just mean we build things faster, it means more ideas can actually become reality. And it frees up us humans to focus on what we do best, solving the really tricky problems and thinking about the big picture. But, and this is a huge but, every powerful tool has its risks. This is where our story takes a sharp turn. That same fire that can build incredible things can also burn the whole house down. We absolutely have to talk about the dangers. And this isn't just theory, this is a serious warning. The very thing that makes AI so amazing, its speed, is also its biggest weakness. Think about it. An AI doesn't get tired. It can churn out flawed, vulnerable code just as fast as it can write good code. And that means it can introduce security holes into our software on a scale we've just never seen before. The first problem is something people are calling AI slop. Now, the most important thing to remember here is that these AIs don't think. They're expert mimics. They just find patterns in all the data they were trained on and repeat them. It's kind of like a student who can copy an essay in another language perfectly but doesn't understand a single word they're writing. The code might look right, it might even run, but underneath it can be a messy, inefficient, and insecure imitation because there's no real understanding there. And then things get even weirder. We have what are called hallucinated dependencies. This is when an AI will, with total confidence, tell you to use a software package or code library that doesn't exist. It literally just makes it up out of thin air, but presents it like it's a real thing, sending developers on a wild goose chase. And, of course, the bad guys are paying attention. This is where the real danger comes in. Malicious actors have figured this out. They are actively watching for these common AI hallucinations, and then they go and create and register malicious software packages with those exact made-up names. So when a developer trusts the AI and installs that package, boom, they've just invited malware right into their project. Now here's the kicker. This isn't random. One study found that 43% of these fake packages showed up again and again. This creates a predictable, repeatable weakness that attackers can easily and reliably target. This isn't just a bug, it's a giant flashing neon sign pointing attackers right where they want to go.
So, yeah, the fire is dangerous, but that doesn't mean we just run away from it. Now that we understand the risks, let's talk solutions. Let's get into a practical guide for how to use these incredible tools without, getting burned.
A responsible workflow all comes down to human oversight. You have to be in the driver's seat. Start with a crystal clear vision. Don't just toss a vague request at it like, hey, build me a social media app. You have to guide it step by step. Okay, now let's create the user login. Give it precise context. Always review what it spits out, and this is critical. Use version control like Git. Think of it as your safety net. If the AI goes off the rails and makes a huge mess, you can always just roll back to a safe version. And look, you absolutely cannot outsource your security brain to the AI. These things right here are fundamental principles that AIs get wrong all the time, simply because they don't have the full context of your application. The AI doesn't know what data is sensitive. So things like validating user input, keeping your secret keys on the server, and verifying permissions for every single action, those are non-negotiable. The human developer has to own that. At the end of the day, it all boils down to this one timeless rule of computing. Garbage in, garbage out. The quality of what the AI gives you is a direct reflection of the quality of what you give it. If you give it clear, detailed, thoughtful prompts, you're going to get better results. If you're lazy or vague with it, you're going to get AI slop. The power and the responsibility is in your hands. So after all this, the incredible speed, the terrifying dangers, what does it all mean for the future of the developer? Well, we're not looking at a world without programmers. Not at all. What we're looking at is the beginning of a brand new partnership. A powerful collaboration between human creativity and machine intelligence. The job of a developer is evolving right before our eyes. Instead of just being a builder, the developer is now also an architect, a quality controller, a creative director. The most valuable skill isn't just about writing perfect code anymore. It's about being able to effectively guide these insanely powerful AI tools to bring a strategic vision to life, and making sure the final product is secure, efficient, and actually good. So, just like Prometheus's fire, AI code generation is here and it's here to stay. It offers us incredible power and productivity, but it also comes with massive risks. It's a tool. It can build wonders or it can create absolute chaos. The technology itself isn't good or evil. The real question is, how are we going to use it? Are we going to be careless and let it burn out of control? Or are we going to become masters of this new flame and use it responsibly to build a better, more secure future? The choice is ours.